Hello, Merry Christmas from Average Home Theater. I am Nelson.
Producer Nick.
He is producer Nick.
That's right. We say Merry Christmas.
That is correct. We say Merry Christmas here. We don't say Happy
That's
Holidays.
right.
So today, I guess is going to be our first ever real Christmas episode.
Yes.
And what we decided to do was, as you can see in the title, we decided to um, put together a list of what is our favorite Christmas movies to watch during the Christmas season,
Right.
right?
Yeah. And not necessarily Christmas movies per se, but things that
Well,
get us
right.
in the mood, things that we like to watch
Not
around this
necessarily
time of year.
traditional Christmas
Right.
movies,
Right.
right? Because there's always the debate of, oh, this is a Christmas movie,
Right.
that's not a Christmas movie.
And I'd like to pose the question. What is it? What makes a Christmas movie?
Well,
And you know where I'm going with this.
in my
There's one in particular.
in my opinion, though, or let me put it to you this way. I'll give you my conclusion first, and then we'll go back.
Hmm.
My conclusion is pretty much any movie that takes place during Christmas time, the Christmas season,
Hmm.
you see Christmas decorations,
Hmm.
and there's at least one reference to it.
Hmm.
That's kind of where I go with it.
Yeah.
Um,
I
because,
can.
in all actuality, what is Christmas, right? It's the birth of Christ.
Right.
So none of these movies that we think of Christmas are about that.
Right.
So we have to take that element out
Yeah.
because what people think of Christmas movies all just take place during Christmas.
During Christmas time. I can get on board with that definition. See, I think it's a, I think I agree, and I think it's kind of a fluid thing. It can be different things to different people. Um, so I mean, one of the movies that I'm going to talk about today is not a, doesn't have anything to do with Christmas at all, but it's something that I like to watch during the holidays,
It
during
reminds
Christmas
you of
time.
the season.
Reminds me of the season.
Yep.
While I don't think about it as a Christmas movie, I don't really think about watching it at any other time.
It's except for
So,
Christmas time,
yeah,
right?
that's right. So,
So I mean, because some people say like John Carpenter's The Thing.
right,
They think of it, and it just reminds them, I guess, because of the snow and it's cold.
right,
Um, and I mean, to Nelson, is it a Christmas movie to Nelson? No, it's
right.
not. But I mean, I guess if it's a Christmas movie to you, I can see it. But
Well,
if you want to talk about like what real Christmas movies are, then no, The Thing is not a Christmas movie.
right.
You know.
The big debate has always been around Die Hard.
Right, which it clearly is.
Die Hard is clearly a
It's
Christmas movie.
clearly a Christmas movie, and if you think otherwise, you're doing it just to go against the grain.
Yeah, Die Hard is a
Because
Christmas movie.
if you've watched it recently, you know darn good and well it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
There's just as many Christmas references in Die Hard as there is Home Alone.
Yeah. And the arguments against, they can be compelling, but the most rock solid argument I've ever heard for it being a Christmas movie is that if it wasn't Christmas time in the movie, he'd have no reason to be at Nakatomi Plaza.
Right, because he's separated.
Right.
He's
He's
not
there to
right.
spend Christmas with his ex-wife, his
Mhm.
kids. It's a Christmas party. So, I don't know. So we put that to rest, world.
Yes, it's a Christmas
No
movie.
reason to question
And I
it anymore.
know
Die Hard's a Christmas
and
movie.
we know about the Comedy Central roast and Bruce Willis saying that
Oh yeah,
that means nothing.
he was paid so much
Okay.
money to say that.
Not only that, I mean the man obviously with his issues,
Yeah,
he's just reading what is written.
yeah.
Okay. But so anyway, so we put together our list.
We're gonna get flamed.
I don't know how I put 10 because these 10 are absolute must watches for me
Yeah,
during Christmas time. I've already watched all of them except for one.
yeah.
So, but there's also many, many more Christmas movies that I love. When I started looking at it, I was like, man, I really like that one. I like this one. I like that one. But
Yeah.
they're not like they're not necessary in the rotation, you know?
So my list isn't that big. Truth be told, I'm not a huge Christmas movie guy. The ones that I like, I mean, there's a couple of staples on there, but I'm not big on the traditional family Christmas movies.
Right. You don't
It's
watch Hallmark?
just not my thing. I don't watch the Hallmark
Man,
movies. I guess I should. But so my
no.
list is kind of skinny. But I do have some on here that I genuinely love. because they're Christmas movies, I guess, but more just that I love the movies
Okay.
and watch them every year. And I do have a couple of favorites. Um, so yeah, I can get into it.
Okay. Well, I'll ramble off a few of the ones that I really like, but they're not necessarily in the rotation.
Hmm.
Um, first one is Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds.
Didn't even think about that.
That
Definitely a Christmas movie.
definitely a Christmas movie, and it's
I
hilarious.
love Just Friends. Yeah. Dang.
And it's not just Ryan Reynolds. Of course, Ryan Reynolds is hilarious,
Yeah.
but what's
Chris
her name?
Klein, man.
Chris.
Chris Klein.
Oh,
He's kind of funny and everything.
yeah, Chris Klein. What's her name? Anna Faris
Anna
is just
Faris, Amy
and his
Smart, I think
Amy
was
Smart is Jamie, the girl that he loves, but the guy that plays his brother. Um, oh,
he's is okay, so I get him and Miles Teller confused
yeah, it's not
sometimes.
Miles Teller. It's
He's
the
the
guy
one
from
from
Fanboys.
Fanboys. Okay, that guy, yeah.
Yeah,
The
I don't know.
brother.
Yeah, the brother relationship. They're always like hitting each other. You'll always be fat to me, you know.
Yeah, slapping each other in the face
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
that's one of my, it's not necessarily in the rotation, but man, I love
Yeah.
it. I really
See,
like it.
going through my choices and what I wanted to talk about never even came on the radar. But I love Just Friends, seen it a million times. Um, it it deserves to be on the list for sure. So yeah, I agree with that one, definitely.
Next, and I actually watched this one the other day, Die Hard 2. It's kind of the stepchild of Die Hard movies.
Yeah,
Well, of the first four,
yeah. It's the one I've
or
seen the
yeah, the
least for
first one.
sure.
But it's fun.
Hmm.
And it's the only other one that really feels like a Christmas movie next to the first one.
Right.
Because Die Hard with a Vengeance, I can't tell if it takes place during Christmas time or not. I don't think
Yeah.
it does because New York is
I
cold during
never got that
Christmas.
impression. Yeah, they're walking around in
Um,
short sleeves and shorts and stuff.
so even though the kid says it's Christmas, you can still City Hall, but I think it might have just been an expression.
I think he said it's like
Yeah,
Christmas.
I think
So yeah,
it's an expression.
yeah.
So, but anyway, so Die Hard 2, Trading Places, which you've never seen.
I've never seen Trading
It is
Places.
definitely a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
To a point where Dan Aykroyd even dresses up as Santa Claus because he wants to murder Eddie Murphy.
right.
Um, so yeah, it's definitely a Christmas movie.
Okay.
And it's hilarious. Dan Aykroyd is great. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, the whole nine yards. Great movie. You need to watch it.
Yeah, I do.
And then this one's more recent. I discovered it. It came out last year. It was an HBO Max premiere, 8-Bit Christmas. Did you watch that one?
Mm-mm. Never heard
It's
of it.
with Doogie Howser. What's his name?
Oh, Neil
Um,
Patrick
Neil
Harris.
Patrick
Yeah.
Harris. And it's about he's telling his daughter the story of him trying to get a Nintendo for Christmas.
Ah, okay. How have I not seen this?
I don't know. It's on Max. You need to watch it. It's really good. It's a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah.
It's
That
I
sounds.
enjoy it. So it's got all
I'm interested immediately just over the premise.
because we you can relate because I can remember wanting a Nintendo really bad and all of
Mm-hmm.
that good stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to watch that one. It's
Okay.
pretty good.
And it's on Max, you said?
Yeah, it's on Max. Like he
Okay.
starts off telling the story. The year is the 80s, you know, and
Okay.
and he's like, I was riding my bicycle, and his daughter goes, with the helmet, right? He's like, totally, it was the 80s. And then in the flashback, like a helmet just appears on his head, bing, as he's telling the story, because he wasn't wearing a helmet.
Yeah,
So, and he says like the 80s was awesome. So it's really good. You'll
I'm
enjoy
gonna
it.
have to watch that before the weekend's up.
Yeah, it's
I
a good
don't
one.
know if I've ever heard of that.
So we actually watched that one again this year. It's not necessary. It's not like, but it's a good one. It's
Yeah. Okay.
something different from the norms.
Okay.
Why don't you give
Well,
us a couple?
yeah, I mean, I enjoy the staples. Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2. That's got to be, I would
Of
think, on
course,
just about anyone's list.
absolutely.
We watched them, my son and I watched them again last weekend. Um, stand the test of time. Hilarious screwball humor, slapstick humor. Um, just like a feel good Christmas movie.
But also the performances. I mean,
Yeah,
Joe Pesci
yeah.
and
Hmm.
Daniel Stern,
And didn't Joe Pesci kind of like he shocked people when he did that
he
because he was
did,
always the
right? He was always
tough
the
guy
gangster,
gangster
right?
cussing all the
Well, he
time.
cursed like crazy on set. They had to do many, many takes over and over
Hmm.
because he kept cursing.
Yeah.
There's even at the beginning, you could tell he had to do some dubbing in post,
Yeah,
and you read his lips because I think he said the F word.
yeah,
So he's a potty mouth.
yeah.
And anyway,
And and Daniel Stern was how funny was Daniel Stern in both of them.
but
The
in,
spider thing and hitting in the face with the bricks, which would have killed him. Um,
they've had physicians watch the movie and discuss how all of these booby traps would have either seriously injured or killed these
yeah,
two men. And it's hilarious.
yes.
Even the second, the bricks,
Oh yeah.
the
I
bricks
mean,
from the like a
throwing a
fire
brick from a
story.
5-story building and hitting him square in the face, he wouldn't have survived that. Yeah. He got up with a big mark, a big rectangle mark on his face. Yeah, it was
Um,
Home Alone. I mean, what else? What can you say?
but getting back to the definition, Home Alone's not about Christmas.
Mm. No, I guess not. I mean,
It's a coming of
the
age story.
themes, yeah,
It's a coming of age story of a boy who is a little brat and he gets left alone. And during that, he grows up and realizes his blessings in life and
yeah,
his family and everything. So that's what the movie's about. It's
yeah,
not about Christmas. It's not
yeah,
about Santa Claus. It's not about Jesus. That's what it's about.
yeah,
So, it's no more Christmas movie than Die Hard if you want to go, or if you say Christmas movies have to be about Christmas, then you narrow
yeah. It's a
really,
very
really,
it's a very slim margin.
right. Most movies are movies that take place during Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What else do I have? So a classic that I actually just watched for the first time last year in its entirety. I'd seen the whole movie through bits and pieces, but I'd never sat and watched the whole thing. And I don't know if you've ever seen it, A Christmas Story.
I've never seen it.
Up until last year, I had never seen it, and I finally sat and watched it front to back, and I loved it. I thought it was really good.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, nice little heartwarming little boy wants the present. The dad was real funny, Fragile and the lamp and all that stuff. I had seen, like I said,
Pictures and little
yeah, I'd
snippets
seen
and
the whole
stuff.
thing just out of order, I guess, and to finally put it together, that was a neat experience to watch it from beginning to end. So I enjoyed that one. I will probably watch that one again this year. I mean, it's hard. It's on TV 24 hours a day around this time
So
of year. So
tomorrow I'm gonna watch one, and I don't know if you've seen it, but a guy at work, he's been after me to watch it. The Ref with Dennis Leary, where
is that
he's
they're
a burglar.
kidnapped or
Yeah,
something?
he's a
Yeah,
burglar,
yeah.
and he kidnaps or he takes hostage or whatever Kevin Spacey and his wife who are in the middle of a separation.
Yeah.
And so he's like the ref in between the two, and he says it's hilarious.
I feel like maybe a long time ago, maybe I've seen it when I was younger, but I don't remember it. If I saw it, I might not have even seen
Yeah,
it. But I
I've
know
never
what
seen
it
it.
is. I know what you're talking
Mhm.
about.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch that tomorrow morning after I eat breakfast. I'm sitting here and I'm gonna watch it. Because our office Christmas party is tomorrow. He said he wants to discuss it.
Okay.
So we'll
You got
go
to
and
prepare. You got to do
yep,
your homework.
yep. So I'm gonna go from the bottom up.
Hmm.
So what this one, and I don't know if I really fell in love with it when it first came out, but over the 20 years since it's been out, it's become a staple. It's in the rotation, and I have to watch it every Christmas.
Hmm.
And that is The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I've
the
only seen that once.
the
I've seen it,
At
but I've
least you've
seen it
seen
once.
it.
I've seen it. Yeah.
The new one, the little animated one's okay.
Yeah.
Um, and even the original one is not one of my favorites at all.
Now you see the original one, as far as animated Christmas stuff, that is my favorite of all time.
Really?
I love how the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah,
I'll take that over the live action version any day.
it didn't
The
resonate with me as a kid. Like it
yeah,
didn't. It's
the
just okay,
the narration and the songs and the Boris Karloff and I love how the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah.
I read it. I have the Dr. Seuss book. I read it every
Now, isn't the guy who sings the Grinch, it's the guy who did Tony the Tiger's voice or something? I overheard,
I don't know.
I'm pretty on Jamie
It's
Ray's
possible.
podcast, they were talking about it, saying
Shameless,
that.
shameless plug.
Shameless plug, that's for you, Jamie. Fave 5 from fans, go check it out. Um, Next, I have Scrooged with
Yeah,
Bill Murray.
I figured that would be on there.
Love that movie.
Yeah. Another one, I've only seen it once.
Oh my
I've only
goodness.
seen it once, and I honestly don't remember it. If I watched it right now, it'd be like
It's
watching it
one of
for the
his
first time.
best acting performances,
Yeah.
hands down.
Yeah.
Um, it's I don't know, the what is it? Christmas Carol is the name of the story,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. The Ghost of Christmas
Right,
Past and
right.
all
Oh,
that.
though that version or whatever. So it's I don't know. And then Ryan Reynolds just did one with Will Ferrell last year, Spirited. It's like another version of A Christmas
Okay.
Carol, but I think it's a little bit more of a musical.
Okay.
But this one, man, I mean, Bill Murray as a jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not much of a stretch.
Right.
He's playing himself.
Yeah.
He's playing basically Dr. Venkman, but as a rich television CEO or whatever they are.
He makes a good Scrooge.
Oh man, so good. All the ghosts are great. Um, what's her name? The fairy that punches him. Um,
I
man,
don't even
we're getting
remember.
old, dude. I can't remember people's names.
That's one that I need to watch again. That'll
Yes,
be on the list in the
but I
next
have
few
to
days
watch
or
it
so.
every year.
Yeah,
It's great,
I
and
need to check it out again.
um, I like a good redemption story.
Yeah.
Anytime the character goes full circle,
Hmm.
it's it's always great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we talked about The Grinch. That was my favorite non-animated Christmas movie. I feel like I've talked about it on the channel before, and we're actually going to be watching it a little bit later. A fairly new movie that I feel like not a whole lot of people have seen
Or even heard of.
or even heard of. Fat Man, starring Mel Gibson as a disgruntled Santa Claus who's lost faith in people and has hired the military to subsidize his toy making because Christmas is going down the tank. And Walton Goggins as the assassin hired to kill him.
It's fantastic.
It's
Such a ridiculous premise, yet genius.
for something the history of Christmas movies. It's fairly new. This is my favorite Christmas movie. I love Fat Man.
Well, we'll be
It's
watching it again in this average home theater after we're done.
yeah, and I can't wait. I've been wanting to watch it for the last couple of weeks or so. I've picked it up several times to put it in and watch it, but I knew we had planned on doing
I've
something.
only seen it the one time
Yeah,
last year when you said you have to watch this.
yeah.
And how did you discover it? Like, I guess maybe it got a theatrical release, didn't it?
You know, I don't remember.
I think it did.
I'm pretty sure I watched it was streaming. I saw it on Amazon or something. And I was like, huh, I like Mel Gibson, and I like the idea of somebody trying to murder Santa Claus, and I watched it, and
It was great.
I fell in love with it for the first time I
And
saw
it
it.
wasn't just ridiculous. Like, it was, they played it straight.
Yes,
They
it's
didn't
done
play it
in a
off like a
way,
comedy.
yeah, and it's done in a way like the new Batman movies, like this could happen.
Yeah.
Like it's done, the guy's name is Chris, for Chris Kringle, and he lives is in Canada, if I remember. He lives up north. He lives in a town called North Pole or whatever. He drives around this red truck like a sleigh. Um, yeah, it's if you've never seen it, try to watch Fat Man as soon as you can
Highly
because
recommend.
and not only is it a great Christmas movie, it's become one of my favorite movies. Like I really enjoy it. And I guess it's because it came out of nowhere. Didn't
Hmm.
know it existed. I saw it, read the synopsis, whatever, watched it and loved it.
Well, I
So
remember my interest was piqued. I mean, I love Mel Gibson. Okay, love it. I just watched Bird on a Wire again the other day. That's one of my favorite Mel Gibson movies. But anyway, um, it was Walton Goggins that was intriguing for me
yes.
because the man is hilarious
Yeah.
and but also evil at the same time.
Yeah.
He pulls it off so well.
Very
He did it in
serious.
Justified where he was a terrible person, but yet you really, really liked him
Hmm.
and you almost rooted for him sometimes. And so, yeah, he's great in
Yeah,
everything he
yeah,
does.
even
Vice
it's
Principals,
like he's a terrible person, but you find yourself kind of feeling sorry for
right?
him a
He,
lot.
no, Walton Goggins isn't a terrible person. The
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
character he's
character,
playing,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, and I mean, like you said, anything he's in, he's
Yeah.
great. Um, and he kind of does it all. He plays that comedic role really
Hmm.
well. He plays the pseudo villain pretty well or whatever. He's really good, and he fit that character perfectly. So yeah, that's my number one. If I had a number one, again, other than the Grinch, that one, Christmas Vacation,
Oh
National
yeah, Christmas
Lampoon.
Vacation is
That's
on
another
here.
staple. Yeah.
Have to watch it every. As a matter of fact, the way it works in this house, because my wife, it's that's one of her favorite movies ever,
Yeah.
not just Christmas. I
Yeah.
think we have watched it. I'm not even joking. This is not a joke, people. Probably 10 times already. And when I say watch it,
It's on. Yeah.
it's turned on. We're cleaning house. We're laying down to go to bed, whatever. At some point, Christmas Vacation has been on at least 10 times this season.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my wife is just a freak about it. She just turns it on. She can
Yeah.
quote the whole movie.
Yeah. And that is one that I watch that one every year. I gotta watch that one every year. That's on the docket for this weekend too. Um,
So today I watched Elf.
yeah.
I love Elf.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting story because and not I mean not the movie of how it like the way it got made and I was reading up on it. Apparently Jon Favreau and Will Ferrell did not get along very well.
Oh, really?
Will Ferrell wanted it to be more of a PG-13, kind of a
Hmm.
little more edgy because he had just done Old School and
Hmm.
he and
That was his wheelhouse back then.
right and Jon Favreau wanted it to be no, it's going to be a family
Yeah.
movie. So there was a lot of disagreements there. James Caan, was famously hard to work with,
Hmm.
but he was dead set on doing this and being easy to work with, and they said he actually was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a fascinating little story.
Yeah.
It only cost $33 million to make. It made $238 million. I mean,
Hmm.
and Bob Newhart,
Hmm.
when he read the script, he said he knew immediately it was going to be a classic.
Yeah.
He said people are going to watch this for years to come, and here it is. It's 20 years in
I was about to
2023,
say, how old is that movie? It's 20
2003.
years now? Jeez.
Yep. So he was right. Bob Newhart was right.
Yeah. And I enjoy Elf, but that for some reason that is not one that I have to see every year.
Hmm.
But now it's also one that I can watch anytime. Like if I can watch, doesn't have to be Christmas time to watch it, but that for some reason that one never really
It just doesn't
resonated
hit you
with
like
me.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know what it is. I enjoy it. I like it. It's great, but it's not one of those ones. Like I considered it and didn't mention it on my list actually. Um, I mean that's kind of it for what I have. Now one that is not a Christmas movie at all, but something that I always try to watch around this time of year, and something that I know you really like too, that maybe a lot of people haven't seen, is Mystery Alaska.
Oh yeah.
For
Yeah.
some reason, it's set in Alaska in the snow and all that stuff.
Just feels
Maybe
like
that's
it.
what it
Yep.
is. It just got that feeling to it.
I'm gonna tell you,
But that's
Jamie
one
does
of,
it. She'll watch it during Christmas time
yeah,
because it makes her feel like that.
yeah, yeah, and just another just really, really great movie. Under the radar.
Most people don't even know what it
Most people
is.
don't know what it is. Most people want to ask them if they've seen it. They say no. I actually, years ago, I had it on DVD, and I let somebody borrow it, and I never got it back. So I found it again recently on Amazon or whatever, and I
The
got it.
DVD, right? Because it doesn't have a Blu-ray
Doesn't have a
release.
Blu-ray release. No, I
Come
have it
on,
on I have
guys.
it on DVD.
All
Um,
these great movies.
yeah, great, great movie. Love Mystery Alaska. Um, I mean, lots of Russell Crowe and McCormick, I think is the wife's name. Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria, man.
Yeah.
That dude.
Um,
Maury Chaykin.
yeah, Maury Chaykin. Who's the mayor, the
Oh,
guy from Con Air. I can't remember his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
yeah, yeah.
And then Ron Eldard, I think is the guy's name, the guy that plays the
Burt
teacher.
Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds. Jeez, how did I forget Burt
What is it?
Reynolds?
Seth, something, huh? Seth, no, not Seth Green.
I know who you're
The
talking about.
redhead guy that plays
No,
Burt
it's
Reynolds' son.
Grimes, not Grimes.
Yeah,
Scott
yeah,
Grimes.
Scott Grimes.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so if you've never seen Mystery Alaska, not
yeah.
a Christmas movie
But
at
very
all,
good.
but very good movie that I enjoy watching during Christmas time.
All right, well then I guess I'll start. We'll start going through my list since you're pretty much done, huh?
Yeah, that's all I came up with.
Okay. Well, another one for me is Jingle All the Way.
Hmm.
Jingle All the Way is
Yeah,
a great Christmas movie.
watched that one last year for the first time since probably it came out.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so good, isn't it?
yeah,
I mean, look, I love Arnold in comedies,
yes,
and it's one of his. I mean, of course, Twins and Kindergarten Cop are probably his best comedies,
Hmm.
but this is right up there with that.
Yeah.
As far as like just the funniest stuff that he's done.
Yeah.
Sinbad is great as the crazy, disgruntled postal
Yeah.
worker. You know, it's kind of slapstick in moments,
A little silly, a little
Yeah, a little
ridiculous.
silly, but it's just fun. And I
Yeah.
I think I get the most enjoyment out of Arnold.
Hmm. Yeah.
Of course, Anakin Skywalker is kind of annoying in that too. Um,
Who was he in that? He was the kid?
the kid
Okay.
that played Anakin in the first in episode
Oh, I
one,
thought you were talking about
Hayden
Hayden
Christensen. No,
Christensen.
no, no,
He
no, the
wasn't in
other
that.
one. What's his name? I See Dead People. Right? Is that no? That's not
No,
him.
that's not
That's
him.
not him either. But anyway,
Forget
this
what's
is Anakin. This is the kid that
yeah, the
played
little
Anakin.
kid.
I don't know his
I
name.
can't
Haley
remember.
Joel. No,
No,
that's
that's I
that's
See
I
Dead
See
People.
Dead People.
I'm gonna
Look
find
him
it
up.
because it's gonna murder my brain.
Yeah. So anyway, he's annoying just like he was as Anakin. But anyway, it's still a good movie. Next, the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, both
Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd,
Jeez.
yeah. Santa Claus 1 and 2
Poor guy.
are good. Um, of course, part one is the best. Part two is okay. Part three is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't they do another one? Is it like on Disney Plus
no, it's a
streaming?
series.
It's a
It's a
series.
series, yeah, the
Okay.
Santa Clauses, which I
Okay.
have not watched it, but Jamie watched it and she said it was really good. She enjoyed it, and season two just dropped.
Okay.
So I might give those a watch one day. But the Santa Claus, I've already watched it a couple of times this year.
See, I saw it back in the day, but it's been a long time. It's just,
It's on Disney Plus. Do it.
yeah, I need to watch it. It's just Christmas movies, man. I don't have the hankering to watch them. I watch the ones that I know I like, but I have like the Christmas Chronicles. Everybody raves about the Christmas Chronicles on Netflix. Never seen them.
Well, the second one is not great. The first one's pretty good. I mean, it's Kurt Russell,
Yeah,
so it's gonna be
yeah, we were just
it's gonna
talking
be
about Kurt Russell.
watchable.
He's
But they're not bad.
yeah,
I mean, not by any means.
yeah. Maybe
Um,
I'll watch him one day. Maybe next year.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Did you see that one? I have not seen Christmas with the Cranks. I have seen Four Christmases with Reese Witherspoon and the other
That's a
guy,
good one
the tall guy.
with Vince Vaughn.
Vince
That's a good
Vaughn,
one.
yes,
That's a
that guy.
good one.
Vince Vaughn.
Um,
Sorry, Vince Vaughn.
Actually, I think I did watch that one this year. Oh, Fred Claus. I don't have that on here. Fred Claus is great.
Another one with him, yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Batman Returns. Batman Returns, I have to watch every Christmas. That
Yeah.
is one that um
We've
it is
had this,
definitely a Christmas
yes, we've
movie.
had this discussion at length. It is a Christmas
Right.
movie,
They
and
have the
I
lighting
need
of
to
the
think
Christmas
about it.
tree. Um, what's his
What
name?
the
Christopher
last
Walken is throwing Christmas presents into the crowd. The last
the last
line of
line
the
is
movie is
goodwill towards
right.
men and
Merry
women.
Christmas, Master Wayne, and goodwill towards men and women. So
Yeah,
yes,
and
it is a
cats.
Christmas movie. Any way you slice it. There's Christmas decorations everywhere.
I'm
It's a Christmas
um
movie.
I'm quite embarrassed that I didn't think about
And but and not only that, it's a good movie.
that.
Like I really enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of the better Batman movies.
Oh yeah,
Maybe one of the top two or three.
it's fun. I like to watch both. Danny DeVito crushes it as the Penguin, and I know it's not comic bookly act. How would you say that? It's not faithful to the comic books,
Yeah, that.
but it's still fun. I don't read comic books, neither does Nick,
Not
so
anymore.
that doesn't mean anything to us. But we're talking about movies, and both Tim Burton Batman movies, in my opinion, are the best Batman movies. I
Yes,
really like the Dark Knight trilogy, but I don't like them better than the two Tim Burton Batman movies. I prefer those.
I'm gonna agree with that.
Yeah. Michael Keaton is just great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
certain aspects you can go back and forth, but on the whole, I prefer watching the
hmm
original Tim Burton ones.
A lot of my problem is, and we talked about this during the Oppenheimer discussion, is Christopher Nolan's directing style bothers me.
Yeah,
I don't like the quick cuts. Every shot is cut. He doesn't do long shots, and it drives me bananas. And it makes the movie feel too fast.
yeah,
It moves at too fast a pace, and I just don't like it. I don't like feeling rushed when I'm watching a movie,
yeah.
and that's how I feel when I watch any Christopher Nolan movie. except for The Prestige. It's like The Prestige is different.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that bad for some reason.
Well, in Christian Bale, man, he was a great Bruce Wayne, and physically as Batman, he's awesome. But I watched the trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, not too long ago, within the last couple of months, and just the voice
Takes you out
just
of it.
takes me out of it,
Yeah.
man. I can't do it. I can't take him seriously.
Yeah, it's almost like you almost laugh.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it's
sure
comically bad.
didn't we watched one of them with Dustin and he was laughing in the theater
Yes,
every time Christian
yes.
Bale would talk.
He was he'd say a line and then he would mock it. "Rrr, hear me." Yeah, I remember that. You're recalling it correctly. I do
Okay.
remember that.
Okay. I thought so.
That was my Batman voice, by the
Yes, it was quite awesome.
way. You're welcome. Just close your eyes and listen to that over and over
So
again.
yeah, all the rest of them we've discussed. I have Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, and then Die Hard. Die Hard is not only one of my favorite movies of all time, but my favorite Christmas movie of all. Like it's number one.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody's gonna ask me what's your favorite Christmas movie, I'm gonna say Die Hard. And I'm gonna say it, and I don't know if you recall this, but this has been since I was like in middle school.
hmm
This is not new.
The debate, you mean?
No, me watching this on
Oh, yeah,
Christmas
yeah, yeah,
Eve.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
My mom and I would watch this every Christmas Eve. We'd
That's the
watch it.
Christmas movie that you grew up on.
And this was way before, I mean, we're 43 years old, okay? This is way before social media and all this crap where there was discussions of if is Die Hard a Christmas movie. So I like to say that I was ahead of the game in that
Yeah.
because I grew up always believing
It
and
was your
always feeling like it was a Christmas movie.
it was your Christmas movie before Christmas movies even ever
Absolutely.
came into the
I just
discussion.
remember I would just, we get everything settled down or whatever, and my brother wouldn't watch it. He'd go to bed or he'd go
hmm
play Nintendo, whatever it was, and I would lay down on the couch. My mom would be in the recliner, and we put in the VCR, put in the tape, and watch Die Hard
Yeah.
every Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
Did that
that's
until
what
the
you
day
grew
I
up
moved
on.
out of the house,
Yeah.
right?
And you still do it.
Still do it.
Yeah.
This
And
Chris, I won't. I refuse to watch it until Christmas Eve.
now you see, I'm not I can watch it anytime, but I don't have to watch it during Christmas time. Having said all that, like I haven't watched it this year, don't plan on it, but I have watched them. Like when I watch Die Hard, I sit and watch them
Watch
all.
them all, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get the
I
only
don't want I don't want to get
sometimes and
tired of it.
yeah.
So I want it to almost be
It's a
like,
special thing. It's a tradition.
yes, I want it to be. So now that I'm married, I mean, we've been married for 17 years now, so I have to watch it at my in-laws.
Yeah.
And there was a few years where I wasn't able to do it, but I have to do it Christmas night when we
hmm
get back. Well, now in the spare bedroom where we sleep, we finally got a TV in there that's a smart TV where we can stream it.
Yeah.
So I can now watch Die Hard
The way it was meant to be watched.
at my in-laws' house on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the
I
world is
mean,
right again.
that's your opening presents and putting up a Christmas
Hmm.
tree and all the other, stockings and Die Hard.
Die Hard,
Yeah.
baby.
Almost had the F word.
Oh,
Um,
don't do that.
I didn't do it. Um,
This is a PG show.
so I'm very surprised you didn't have Gremlins on your list.
And look, it was thought about, but
Uh-huh.
Gremlins is not a favorite of mine. I enjoy it. I
Yeah.
think it's a good movie, and I watched it this year,
Yeah.
but it's not in my rotation. I'll go 2, 3, 4 years without watching it. I don't
Yeah.
watch it every year. Um,
I,
like it had been a while since I watched it, but this year I sat, what was it, last week, I think?
yeah.
I sat down and watched it, and I really enjoyed it.
I hadn't
It's really good.
I hadn't seen it since I was a kid and I remember watching it last year and I fell asleep.
Oh, really?
I didn't get to
You
finish
you
it. I fell
didn't you didn't
asleep
get
on it.
it? No,
I
I
fell
sat
asleep
down
on it, and when I woke up, I didn't rewind it and finish it. I just woke up and went to
and I did it during the day. Like
bed.
Jamie and Mia, they were somewhere. I was by my home alone, no pun intended.
Yeah,
And I was like, I think I was eating lunch, looking for something to watch, and I was like, Gremlins.
yeah.
Turned it on and watched the whole thing and really enjoyed it. But it's not in the rotation for me. Some people it is,
Eh,
but it's not for me.
I wonder if we're gonna get flamed for we haven't mentioned like the classic, the Christmas Carol and It's a
Well, Miracle on
Wonderful
34th
Life,
Street,
Miracle on.
which the original one, The
Yeah.
1993 version with John Hammond. I
Yeah.
mean, it's okay, but I much prefer the black and white version.
Now you see,
You've
I've
never
never
seen it?
seen
I've seen it, and
I've
it's
never
very
seen
good.
any of those.
Yeah, I
Any of
really enjoy it, but I didn't grow up
those.
watching it.
Yeah.
I saw it as an adult. I think it was one of those on AMC. I turned it on, and I was like, man, this is really good. So I really do like, and I've seen it since then. Um, it's very good. The remake is okay. It's kind of like what they did with Psycho. It's almost like a shot for shot remake, like why they even do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, so
Bringing it to
yes,
a new audience.
I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
No.
Haven't seen it.
And you know what? Talking about that, and again, non-traditional Christmas movies, but it's always on around this time of year, I feel like. The Wizard of Oz. Which I haven't seen. It is one of my favorite movies. I do not like musicals. Having said that, The Wizard of Oz, I love The Wizard of
I do
Oz,
remember that it's one of your favorite
but
movies.
that's something that too that I think people tend to watch a lot
Really?
around Christmas. I think
I
so.
wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm out of my head, but I feel like I see that on TV a lot around this time of year. Um, Hey, it just popped into my head. Like that's something I haven't
Hmm.
seen in a long time.
It's
Maybe
been a
I'll watch
while
that
since
again
I've
in the next
watched it.
few days. Yeah.
I have it on Blu-ray. They
Yeah.
had a 4K that came out recently, and they say it looks really good.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna spend money on 4K when I have the Blu-ray. It's fine.
Yeah. Not on that. I
But I'm
get
sure it looks gorgeous with all the colors and all that stuff.
you. Yeah.
Just the HDR more than the resolution,
Hmm.
which in most 4K movies, that's the biggest difference is the color grading. They update it.
And fun fact, no CGI in that movie.
Zero.
No CGI to be seen or spoken of in that movie. Well, it's weird how they used to do that.
As a matter of fact,
I don't know how they
every
did it.
single movie that I have mentioned, I don't think any of them have CGI.
I don't know. I can't think of any.
There might be a little bit in Jingle All the Way for some scenes,
Oh, you know what?
maybe.
On the cover of Mystery Alaska, when they're standing on the lake, they digitally added in the hockey sticks. Does that count?
Did they
On the
really?
movie cover? Yeah,
Why?
yeah. I don't know. I don't
Now
know.
I'm gonna go pick out my DVD and look
Because
at it.
it's a hockey movie, but it's not, but it is. It's kind of like Christmas.
Right. It's
Is it a
not
hockey movie? It's just a good movie.
Hockey's a big part of it, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like Rocky. Rocky's not a boxing movie.
No, no,
It's
it's about
about
Rocky.
Rocky.
Yeah,
It's about him and his struggles and what he's going through.
yeah,
It's not about boxing.
yeah.
It's not the fundamentals of boxing.
Watch Mystery Alaska and watch Fat Man and let us know what y'all think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what y'all think about those two movies. And if you've already seen them, let us know what you think.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll about wrap it up.
Uh,
I just wanted to,
uh,
dude, that's
it's
great.
twice, man.
It's Christmas time. It
Yeah.
all it all just it all just comes together.
It's the Christmas magic.
Right. Well, we'll say goodbye and Merry Christmas. Don't forget to like and subscribe, tell your friends, all that good stuff. And we will catch you on the next one.
Merry Christmas.